Let's get straight to the point this time. Is there a key or a method to interpret any emotional conflict we have with a person in a simple and immediate way? I believe it exists, and it is this. Any emotional distress we experience with a person has been already experienced in our childhood. No exceptions. When we know this and apply it to the present situation, we can pinpoint the cause or root of the problem much more quickly. Let's explore this in the video together. To understand the phrase that says, any emotional discomfort we experience with a person has been already experienced in our childhood, we must take into consideration two fundamental aspects. The first is that we are co-creating our reality constantly together with others, co-creating. And when we experience a conflict with a person, we are co-creating this reality together with that person. This point is crucial because it forces us to take 100% responsibility for what is happening to us. Because only in this way do we have the power. We have the power to change a situation and thus heal an emotional wound. Okay? So, as long as we are convinced, even if minimally, that the cause of our discomfort depends only on the other person, we cannot have any change or deep healing in our life. Because we are giving the power outside of us. Okay? Now, the second point, which completes the first one to be better explained, okay? Our spirit, that is our true self, higher self, wants to manifest itself in us by merging with the soul and living a more physical experience with the body. Now, this realization is the main purpose of each individual on earth, whether or not he, she is aware of the purpose, whether he, she wants it or not. This is the divine plan, and it is through this inner work that one day the kingdom of God on earth will be realized. Now, without wandering too far, in order for the higher self to merge with the soul, it must eliminate all the energies, all the blockages that hinder this fusion and heal all the wounds that separate the soul from the spirit. Because the wounds are basically our indirect, like children, or consequences of the perception of separation that we live in this earthly experience. That is why we create a reality where we attract parents, partners, children, where there are strong emotional conflicts. And who doesn't know that, right? Because our true self wants our healing, to be able to merge with the soul within us and to live fully in the body. So this is bigger than what we believe it is, okay? We cannot stop this procedure or change the plan. So this is why it makes sense to interpret any conflict as a childhood experience to be healed. If not, we will relive the same emotional conflicts until we heal them, because it is the project of our true self, and we cannot exempt ourselves from this project. But we can only delay it at a very high price, which is paid, unfortunately, with greater suffering. So let's take an example. Let's say that our partner constantly criticizes us and makes us feel humiliated and devalued. Normally, the ego convinces us that the cause of our discomfort is the partner, who has to change his attitude. And therefore, we react to defend ourselves. Now, it is true, okay, that the person should change his attitude towards us, okay? And we also should communicate how he makes us feel and how he would like to be treated, okay? But since it is difficult for a long established attitude to change, especially if a person is not much aware of himself. So the person cannot change his attitude, not even in a short time. Why do we not ask ourselves, rather, why are we creating this reality? Our higher self is trying to show us our wound. So let's ask ourselves, when have we already lived this experience in our past, and with whom? Almost always, the answer is dad or mom. Almost always. So when we recognize the origin of the wound, it is easier to heal and also to manage the relational conflict. And not only that, sometimes it happens that the other person's attitude changes because in the subconscious, she no longer feels the need to criticize because she feels a different energy in us. Criticism was activated thanks to our wound of humiliation and devaluation. That was the trigger. And when that wound is healed, it no longer activates criticism, or much less. So verify this, and good work.